How's it going? Welcome. Well, I got you guys set up and I am getting my gear on and we'll be right with you. So as I'm going, if you guys have any questions, please ask and I will do my best to answer them for you. What I'm working on today is my crying eye sculpture. It's called See My Pain, and it is made out of 1/4 inch round bar, a little bit of sheet steel that's from a sculptor I actually started in 2019. It was a what's up, electric guy? That started the sculpture in 2018, and it was supposed to go over to Germany and be finished over there, and because of COVID, never happened. And so the sculpture sat in my shop 4 months ago when my best friend died, and then later my my mother-in-law passed away, and then my cat passed away, and like, holy crap, a good friend of mine passed away a week and a half ago now from a heart attack. And so like, we're just gonna keep sculpting, and I'm gonna hurry up and finish this because holy cow, right? So what I'm working on now is, if you guys have seen this transform over time, making sure I can bring over here with my clipboard. Making sure that, so you guys have watched this transform over time. This has, and as you go, I've moved pieces around because of how it looks. And so as I'm sculpting, you gotta do the step back thing, you gotta kind of look at it from a couple different views. So I've moved pieces around, I've changed pieces. This one has 2 less splashes. I moved this piece here from over here. And now, Zach the diver, the casual Zach, yay! Hello Zach, how are you? So I'm going to take this piece, which was, I think I cut it off from, this was actually here. You can see where this was. So this piece was actually here, and then it came out, and I cut that off. It looks so much better. And the way I'm doing this is, as I'm going through, I am studying a splash. You can laugh at me, but that's how this is improving. And I realize that like, as I look at it more, I'm like, I'm going to come around here and flare this out. These pieces need to be a little bit different. This has to be a little bit smoother in there. So there is more welding and more grinding, and welcome. Put your earpluggers on because it's about to get loud. So if you guys have questions while I'm going, ask, and I'll do everything to get them answered for you. I'm going to try to set this up in a way where I am not welding my phone again. And I'll get going here. So I've got a new weld hood. I've got new equipment that I have been using. I've been wearing the same weld hood for 15 years, and now I've got a new one. I've got a couple new ones. I am completely in love. I did not know what I was missing out on. I will speak for myself. I get very married to my stuff, my whatever it is. I'm using certain tools or like certain brands of stuff. And in doing that, I sure as heck have missed out on the last couple of years, the last many years of a new product that I'm like, oh, holy crap. And I want to thank you guys. Thank you so very much for the love. Y'all have several times, you can see my hair like look at it, sucking up. I've got a ventilation system above me. These are really great, like a restaurant grade ventilation system, but you guys have still respiratory protection. I've been playing with a bunch of different respiratory protection, 4 different methods, all of which just suck, and to me your results may vary. So I want you guys to know, anytime I'm using stuff, it's because I use it and I like it. Not for any other reason. So I have found a respiratory setup that I am madly in love with. So this is it. What is it? I go back and forth between welding and grinding. And in that, let's just start talking about welding and grinding first of all. Hello, Don Classics, how are you? I have no idea the fumes I'm sucking. I went to school for welding. I took a 6-month course and they were like, hey, be safe. And, which I mean, obviously, yes, of course you want to be safe, but I had no idea the fumes that I've been sucking. They didn't have a class on like what fumes you're sucking in school. They didn't have, I don't know what's in the grinding discs, and even though I'm like super, like the queen of safety, when it comes to the cutoff wheels and wearing my face shield, I got it upside down. 1% smarter than what you're working with. I'm new here. So even though I got training on grinding discs and how to use them safely, which I do and I'm very thoughtful with, I don't know what's in the grinding discs. What are the materials that are in the grinding discs that we're sucking these fumes? Goodness. So I decided to step my game up. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Look out. So, oh, hello, Big Dave, how are you? Blah, 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 blah. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? So, powered air. Zoop, zoop. Did I leave this on? I left it on. Oh, no. Well, looks like I've got to charge it back up because I left it on. Ah. Anyway. I hope that charges up fast because I need to work today and I screwed that one up. So this is powered air ventilation system. I could not be happier. I've had it for a week now. Cutoff wheels give me allergies daily. Dude, okay Zach, so is that a thing? Because let me plug this in because I screwed that one up. Hold the phone. Oh, darn it, Barbie. Dagnabbit. Alright, sorry, so I got that. The fiberglass holding it together so it's bad for you. And fiberglass is nasty. The people next door in the flip bays down use fiberglass. I could smell it in here when they're doing it out there with my doors closed. So, yeah, I don't know what I've been breathing. I've been welding for like 16 years. And I really want to tell you guys thank you so much for just saying something and caring. Because it's not that I didn't care, you just don't always realize what you're getting into. And you know, I talk to old timers, with all due respect, I talk to old timers in welding, and it's their eyes that are, you know, like they have problems with seeing. And so, like for me, I'm like, when I started thinking respiration, because what I started doing is I started looking at my welding helmet. I'm like, man, I've been wearing this thing for like a whole bunch of years, and it's just not. Like, I don't know what the technology is. It's 15-year-old technology. It's not like it's new technology. And so it's just, I was like, I started looking for a helmet. And then in that, I started, at the same time, because it's safety, I just kind of in like the same arena, started going after the ventilation stuff. So just thank you guys for thinking of me. Thank you for all your thoughtful comments about protecting my lungs. I am now. And I'm super grateful for that. So I've been wearing this for a week, which I left it on the other day. It's so quiet, which thank you. It's quiet, and I forgot to turn it off. It's the first time, and so now I get to charge it. So now I'm working without it, which makes me sad. But also, I got a new setup here also. So this is, I go back and forth between welding and grinding, and it's just, wrong thing. Don't move that one. And I can go back and forth between, I am doing way more grinding than your average welder. I hope you welders aren't out there grinding as much as I have to. So let me grab my earpluggers and get myself to work. So what I'm doing today is I got this piece and I'm going to be putting it, I'll weld it onto here. So first I'm going to get it cut. I'm going to clamp it, cut it. So watch your the noise level here, it gets really loud. This is what's so wonderful is. Which with the respirator on, it actually, like if you can look up through here, it's got like this ledge. So as I'm grinding, like the respirator blocks this in like this. And so it is a motocross helmet, right? I'm working on having them, it's got like a hard hat on it. With all the grinding that I do, it's coming down here like this. I get grinding dust in my hair. I get burns on top of my head from like MIG welding. Like the spatter will come up, and so this has got a hard hat on it. I thought, well, that's nifty as heck. It's definitely some Luke, I am your father kind of stuff. But it's protected the top of my head. My hair is not being burnt. I'm not getting like, you know, like when I comb my hair out at night, I'm not getting like pieces of hair coming out because it's been burnt. And so like I super love that. Like, where are my gloves? Man, am I prepared at all today? Let's see. So first things first. Which side? Tell when you pay, how to pay. I pay for my own cutoff wheels. I use like every little bit. Like, oh, there's plenty of left on that. Save little bits. All the things. I know, right? I save them up. I totally save them. It's being thoughtful with our resources just makes sense. So One, my plan was to put this piece on. You guys are looking at it. What I have to watch out for, I was talking about this over on Instagram earlier, was that as you create a sculpture, you want to make sure that, especially like this is one of a kind, right? So as you look at this, as you look straight on, and I want to make sure I got you guys lined up here so I can do this and explain this to you. You see, as you're looking through this piece here, there's nothing behind it. Like I don't have like a splash here. You see, if you put a splash here, it gets blocked by this. Now, if you walk around the piece, it would be pleasing, which this is going to be the front. So as you are looking at it, like you want to make sure your main view from the front. So this is going to be like this. You don't want this piece to where it's going to be blocked by something else. You don't want to put it straight across from here, like then those three would line up and you would lose details is what it is. So as you're sculpting, this is an op trail. I'm in love with that. Wait till you see the, oh man, wait till you see what you can see. I'm mind blown. Mind blown. So before, I have to my face shield, I'm still going to be inside again. Do it. This is wonderful because it has spots where it stops at. So it's not coming down. It kind of has like a click in, which I love, but normally I go back and forth between my face shield and my weld hood, and this lets me do both. It is saving me so much time. Alright, so in this, I want to make sure that I'm not losing details. So it's my opinion. Listen, I'm self-taught. I don't know if this is, this is what works for me. This is what makes art for me that I'm really in love with, that it's beautiful. I feel like it's pleasing. I get great feedback on. I'm not I'm not a trained artist. I just know what I like, right? And so I don't know if the advice would be like, this is what works for me, your results may vary, right? But like I want to see every single detail. I work so hard. You work so hard on your sculptures, your artwork, whatever artwork you're creating. So make sure that your details are not blocking your details. And again, this is just my opinion, and you're here, so I guess you're listening to it. You're weird. I'm not kidding. You're really weird. Why do people even listen to me? Life is really weird. Life is weird. Welcome anyway. So I just want to make sure that all the details have their moment in the sun. Okay. So I don't want to put this like here because this will block it if this is the front, which this is the front. So what I'm looking at now is I want to create, I think, because, and there's sometimes a less is more, and so I don't have an actual picture of this. I have a general picture, which I don't even have anywhere. I'll show you what I've got. Let's see. So if I could pull this up. The photo app plays nice with me. Alright, there we go. So this is what I'm working from. This is what I'm going to create. But this splash, heart is not top. Thank you. So this splash is what I'm creating, but it's not the exact same splash. Okay, but this is like, I basically just photoshopped this together. And I just happened to find like this splash thing. I found that splash, and it's just, that's what I found. Dude, I agree, Zach. And I'm like, the only thing I would like to have as far as an art background is the art business side of it. I've been running it like a business, but there's a whole bunch of art business that I don't know about just yet, that I am studying, I am learning. We're taking this to a new level now. So this is what I'm working from here, but it's not, you know, like, I'm not making exactly that, but I'm using it for inspiration. So I have this picture, this will stop doing the thing. So I have this picture I'm working from, and that's what it's going to end up being, but that's the inspiration. So there's no, like, I don't know where the splashes are supposed to come up. I'm making that up as I go. So I use this splash also. I had a couple of different splashes, but I'm studying this to see how a splash acts, how water or liquid, when it hits the ground, what it's going to come up as. And so this changes. Like, I don't know. I've never made a metal splash before. This is new. And so as I go through it, it's like, how does this come up? Like, how is this going to act? Is there too much? Do I need another piece here? Maybe it's too much. Maybe it's not enough. Like, there's a less is more kind of thing. So I am just, again, using this for reference, using like the splashy things for reference. I've got like some eyeballs like saved and close. So I can, man, how exciting is that? That's done in marble. It's someone's marble sculpture that I just happened to, here's another like marble sculpture. So this is how I reference stuff when I work. This is, and here's the eye that I'm using. This was someone's drawing. So some artist out there drew this. You can see like a little bit of the nose going. But this eye with that tear, I'm like, yeah, that's everything. Like, that's where it's at. That's what I want to create. And so it's like that, and figuring out how to get that, right, into metal. Imagine this, but in metal. So that splash, and making that splash accurate, is taking those pictures of the splash, but also it's my artistic, that's the one. It's that, like, you can see it though, right? I'm just like, I feel this one. So as I go through, like when I first did this piece here had five little splashes coming up, and that it was too much. What I realized is, as I was first coming up, I was making the splashes come up and then go in narrow. When in fact they're supposed to go, if they're coming up, it's narrow and it comes out wider. And so, like, I get going, and just there's things that you see, and then you just make changes as you go. Remember, like, we don't hide details, so you don't want this to be the front because it'll block this. You want that to be the front because it'll block this. So I got it so that your viewpoint, right in here's the front. This piece here kicks off to the side, is low enough. Whether you, and this is another thing I want you guys to look at, is sculpting, is height. So it looks different when I'm looking down on it from when I am, let's get you over here. If I squat down here, and listen, I want you to look at your sculptures from every angle, which is pleasing to you, from every angle. This here is like the most magnificent moment in this sculpture for me, where this comes up and it's just like this natural, organic, ah! Oh, I think I'll get, I just love it. So, working on that. Oh. So, have fun with it. Alright, like, that's just the biggest thing. Make sure you look at it from so many different angles. Like, step back, look at it. It's just, you know, and just be patient with yourself. That's the biggest thing, is being patient with yourself, because it's just, I cut this piece off from over here, and I'm like, crap, I have to change 3 more things so that that now looks right. And it's, but also, like, this is process. This is so special. This is so special. This is the part where you set yourself aside from other people, is process. You just, right? Like, you just, it's not, like, it takes time. You know, like, oh, I thought I would be done in 50 hours. Horse sugar. Horse pucky. Nope, not going to happen. because process sometimes just takes longer than others, right? I think that this piece is going to look good here, but also I know the trick that I've got to scoop in and then it's going to come back out. I don't guesstimate anymore. I got to mark down. I think I'm 55 hours into this one. And this has changed several times, and so some come through faster than others. On an average, the last 5 sculptures I made take about 85 hours to create. This one will be about 100 to 110 hours, just looking at it now. Twice as much as I thought. It's just, I'm teaching now, and I haven't been teaching with my other ones, so that's what I do, Big Dave. Like that right there is like, I just Google water droplet splash or water drop splash. Like, go look at that, you guys. I mean, like, seriously, like, this is just such a fun thing to do. The research for your sculptures or for your artwork, like, play with that, because that's where the details are that you're going to be creating. The process of studying a water droplet. And you can Google it, man. We're so lucky. Like, imagine, like, 40 years ago, before there was a cell phones, and I couldn't study a water droplet in slow-mo unless I really just did it myself on the countertop. But man, that wouldn't be pretty. That wouldn't get me anywhere close, right? And then what kind of camera would I need to do to make sure that worked, and all of it, right? So we're so lucky to have the resources that we need to create the details. There's really no excuse. It's just about putting in the time and paying attention to those details, slowing down, and making sure that it's not done until it's freaking amazing, right? Like, just good enough is not. That's not why we're artists. That's not why we're fabricators. I'm not here to create good enough. And so, yeah, it's going to take longer. You know, Joe Schmo down the road might be able to do an eyeball sculpture, and which better not be doing an eyeball sculpture. This is my idea. I'm just kidding. I'll go make them. They'll all look different. All right? They'll all look different. But I'm going to try this. And what I'm doing is, what I've realized now is these splashes all need to come up at approximately the same angle. And it's approximately, it's a give or take, because it is organic. The splash is organic. I want this to come down and to cut into here and come back up. These are just gnarly. I really love this shape. Wait, hold on. I gotta remember that's not as easy to click down. Where are you? Hold on, stupid. So, getting that on, months of mental. Yeah, Zach, that definitely is, there's definitely... So the problem with this is, this still gets kind of lost here, unless I thicken that up. That's what she said. Alright, so I think what I'm actually going to do on this is thicken this one up. The other ones aren't really that thick just yet. Who stole it? Who stole my hammer? Like 18 hammers. 18 hammers, and the one I want is not there. Who stole it? Someone got their hands on it. Someone put my stuff back where it belonged and I couldn't find it. It's a game we play at home called Who Stole It? So I'm using my Bessie clamp in a way that God intended, which is for something to bend stuff with. What I'm doing is fitting the shape under. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. I like it a lot. There are done this on the other ones. What I'm doing is actually putting 2 layers here. I'm taking both of those pieces I cut off and actually layered with the piece I cut in half and layering them. And that's going to give me more movement like that. This spot here is my all of it's really great. And as I grind stuff down, you get to see stuff. But man, this spot in here that just kind of like comes back. Look at, I don't know, shoop, comes back in. It's just cool. Squid still back with you. Now, this now, this is getting this to look natural coming from here to there. Look, this has got to be natural. There's a big bump there. So it's why do you love things I'm so good at? Fixed it. So keeping this here flat so I can kind of dip down on the back will be a better idea. And just because it looks good in a certain position doesn't mean it's going to be able to go there. Just because of it's got to have a natural flow. So it's not shaped right just yet, and so between here. Who stole the Sharpies? Barbie, Miss Barbie, where are the Sharpies, young lady? I'm sure I took them somewhere. They don't belong. Who stole it? That. So I want to make sure my shape here. Not make sure. I just want to create a shape here. Such a yummy spot right here. I want to take the whole piece off. I think we're going to do that. I do think I love this very much. Good. I also might cut this off later. You just never know with me. I think it would be good, but there's only one way to find out. Another part of this, guys, is like this is there's experimenting. All right, this is, I think this is good. I think. Find out, usually the hard way. All right, I'll do a bunch and we'll look at it. And like, and it just happens to be like that sometimes, you know, it's not always the whole, you know, it's not always right the first time. I might look at it and go, oh, yeah, it looks fantastic. And then I have to go and change something else. Need to make a change with that. So I'm going to check this out, see if I like it. Change my cutout wheel. This is what's so neat, man. I love this helmet. I think I'm going to do this from the back. So much easier. the madness, Zach. Oh, it's the kind of stuff I do too. I find it adorable. That's great. That's great. All right. This initial shape is deeply pleasing. See that? So it's thicker than the other ones. It's kind of like what I did over here. There's this big bump, and you can see it. I don't know if you can see it. And I still got lots of grinding to go on this. This is just a. Now this is just how it looks when I get going on it. But it's just I work back and forth on stuff and see. So this. I think I probably have to grind that down a little bit more. Thank you, Doug. Much, much, much appreciated. So, let's see. I like it a lot. Them things only land in between your fingers. Trusty crew now. Zap, zap, buzz, buzz. I know, right? Alright. We'll need a little bit more grinding in here, but should good. So what I've got is I have to watch myself because now I've put heat to both of these tips. Don't touch them. Where are you? Get over here. Pay attention. Sit up and pay attention. Sit up and pay attention. And I am quoting my teachers. There's a gap here. You see the hole. We've got almost we got like 3/16 of the gap. We have a small piece of copper that is priceless. And stick the copper behind. And this works on steel. This also works for aluminum. I don't know if you need that tidbit of information or not, but if you do, you're welcome. So I'm just putting that copper behind that. That copper acts as a heat sink, but mostly what I'm looking for is a back. So that when I have a big gap like that, like I could take my time and go in and fill it all, which obviously take your time no matter what you do. But if you back it up with copper, it won't stick to it, and it'll give your metal something to stop on so you don't have all that gunk hanging out the bottom. So, I'll back it up with copper. Careful, it gets fast. It gets hot fast, obviously. A good way to do this, if I'm slowing down, which is a smart thing to do, is to clamp it. that shape. What happens? Does it look right? Is it wrong? Does it make sense? Jeff, hello at Black Gold in Daytona Beach, Florida. How's everyone doing there? Tell Josh and Mark I said hello. Pay me for this stuff? It's crazy cakes. I would do it for free. The thanks. Oops, wrong thing. So used to taking my hood off. Man, so used to taking my hood off to go off and on with my hood becoming blind. This is such an exciting turn of events. So I'm going to cut this side piece off. I think just a triangle coming up is very good, just like this. I think we're golden with that. So a little bit of this. Yes, you did. What I'm using is hard stone. This is a small hard stone. It's sitting over here. But running it on a 1/4" shaft on a grinder, on a straight grinder. But I'm running it on its edge. And I'm using that to create this texture. And I can't get you up here too much because I don't want to grind into a face. But you can see, like, this is that piece that I just welded on, and already it's starting to look like it's part of it. And you can see here, I want to get you guys, I'm going to have to get a thing to let you guys look straight down. It's such a wonderful view to, kind of like it's a Barbie's eye view, right? See if I could do this without melting my phone. Good luck. I've already welded it a couple of times. So looking in here, let's see where we're at. Right here. You guys should be able to see this. Get you right down Main Street here. So in doing this, you can see I've already got, pretty sure you can see that the texture, not texture, but it's got like this, I don't know, shape, movement, squishy water, whoosh. It's got this whoosh. This technical term. So I'm using this, just back and forth like this, and following what I think the water, like the way the water will flow. So I'm just up on its edge, and I gotta watch out because these things, like, one will get in the way, and so I gotta kind of, as I'm doing this, watch out which direction I'm going. But this is how I'm blending in, and now that I welded it. we go. So it's getting there. It'll take a little bit more. I'll either grind a little bit more or weld a little bit more and then grind a little bit more. It just depends on just on how it looks. And so it's just assessing it, like looking at it, assessing it, and then just deciding. Sometimes I assess it and I'm like, oh yeah, I could grind a little bit more. I love working with the 1/4 inch. It lets me really just sculpt in. It gets me the shape. I love to create like this depth in the metal and these organic shapes. And so, you know, I dig in and sometimes I dig too far. Don't worry about it. You're a welder, you're a fabricator. It's what you do. You fill holes, you grind it smooth, you make it look like nothing ever happened there. And so just keep playing with that and just enjoy yourself. Don't get too, you burn a hole through or you cut a hole through. Don't worry about it. Just, right, do what you know how to do. And I mean, like 15 years of welding and grinding, and I still grind holes through this stuff. There's one that I'm patching over here. I mean, like this is, you know, almost 10 years as a full-time artist. It just, you know, every single thing that you do, you're learning. It's like Dave with the copper, like how long have you been welding and fabricating for? Like, and it doesn't even matter, like as a person that's been welding for 10 years, I can learn, welding for freaking almost 16 years, full-time artist for almost 10, is that I will learn from someone who just picked up a welder today. It's important for us to be open and just to listen and learn. There's so much out there. And someone coming into our industry from another industry or just someone coming in for the first time for their first job will still see something that we just don't see. And so it's just be open to learn and just trial and error. Don't worry about this making a mistake. Just know that you can, whatever you do, you can just go back and undo it. And it's in that process where our growth is. So I hope you guys enjoyed the live stream today. I will be a couple of times a week. I'll be live stream teaching here on YouTube. Check out my other social channels and the tools and stuff I'm using. I have Amazon links down in the description below. If there's something I'm using, it's because I like it and I believe in it. So if you're looking to get any of the stuff that I've got, go ahead and make like 2 whole cents when you buy it on Amazon. Thank you, Amazon. It adds up. I appreciate it. All right, y'all. Be excellent to yourself. Be excellent to each other. Do something today to make it a masterpiece. Stay true, live free.